The first subtle thing men do that lowers their sexual gravity on my list today is trying to be understood. Now, my kings, this is a situation where you want or try to get emotional safety through understanding. So you are explaining, doing all that you can do to make sure that you're being understood. Now, a woman sees it as you being unsure of your internal authority. She sees it that you don't know the authority you carry as the man in that relationship. So whilst you're trying too hard to be understood, trying to get that emotional safety, feel safe with her emotionally through explaining and over-explaining and making her understand you, you are losing that sexual gravity in front of her because she's feeling like, no, he doesn't even know the kind of authority and power he controls as a man. That's why he feels like he needs to buy emotional safety by doing all he can to make me understand him. So yes, my kings, when you're trying to be understood, you lower your sexual gravity. The attractiveness women feel towards you, that attraction that comes from you just taking charge, it just goes away the moment you're trying to be understood. Another subtle thing men do that lowers their sexual gravity is not being able to read cues. Now, my kings, it is a known fact, women are going to give you cues. Even for women who talk, who are very expressive, they will still give you cues most of the time. It is just how women are built. So if you are not able to read her cues, you are reducing your sexual gravity. The weight she feels you pulls sexually is going to reduce the moment you're not able to read the signs and signals she gives you. When she gives you a signal that she needs your touch and you're not even able to read that and touch her in that moment, it kills the vibe and it lowers your sexual gravity. She feels like you don't really know what you're doing or you're not really all that when it comes to things like that. So yes, my kings, not being able to read her cues is another thing you do, most times subconsciously, that reduces or lowers your sexual gravity. Another subtle thing men do that lowers their sexual gravity is killing tension. Now, my kings, this is a no-brainer. You see, in those moments where you immediately try to change the topic when things start getting spicy, or trying to change a conversation that you see is moving into that sexual tone to a friendly one, or the moment eye contact lingers, you start to feel uneasy and try to just end that moment. Or maybe when there is quietness and stillness, you immediately try to fix it by bringing up something. It is you killing tension. Because these things I just mentioned are moments that build tension. So if you're not able to handle them rightly, it means you're killing the tension. And once you do that, a woman just feels like you cannot pull the weight when it comes to that part. She feels like you don't have what it takes to chest those moments. She feels like you cannot lead in that area. And that lowers or even sometimes kills your sexual gravity in the face of a woman. Another subtle thing men do that lowers their sexual gravity is performing masculinity. Now, my kings, this one is something a lot of you kings just drift into without actually knowing it. Because it is natural for you kings to woo, to chase. So when you know that you're feeling a woman, you feel like you should do all it takes for her to view you in that point, for her to see your masculinity. And then before you realize it, you drift into performative masculinity, where the masculinity you're trying to show is not really you. It is something you're just performing or doing to please a woman or impress her. But the truth of the matter is that women can read it. They can tell when masculinity is being performed. So the moment she sees that you're performing your masculinity, the tension, the sexual gravity, it begins to lower. That attraction that she feels towards you begins to tone down, because now she feels like she's probably just attracted to the performance you are giving her and not you. She begins to believe that it is because you know that you do not have game as a person that you feel the need to perform your masculinity. She begins to feel like it is because the masculinity is not there in you, that is why you feel like you should perform it. And that definitely lowers your sexual gravity. Now, the last subtle thing men do that lowers their sexual gravity is not reading her pace. Now, my kings, this one is crazy, and a lot of kings make this mistake. It is where you don't move according to the pace of a woman. It is where you are either slowing down when she's going fast, or you're going fast when she's slowing down. In the moments where she's being quiet and giving you all those signs, expecting you to know that this is the time you should make your move, you're not able to do it. You don't make the move at the time. And at the moments when she's pulling back, showing you that, nah, this is not the time for this, it's rather when you're pulling in and pushing. Because you're not working according to her pace, she sees it, she just looks at you and like, nah, he is so not in sync. He doesn't even know how to get the point and move with the rhythm. And that definitely kills your sexual or lowers your sexual gravity. Because if a woman already has this high hopes and admiration for you, where she feels like, yeah, I've got one who knows what he's doing, and then in moments where she expects you to actually get it and move in sync, you're moving off sync, she's definitely going to feel like, nah, that means I lifted him way higher than he is or should be. And that, like I already mentioned, definitely lowers your sexual gravity. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 things men do that lower their sexual gravity. And like I already mentioned, these are things that you're likely to fall into or drift into without actually realizing it, which is why you need to know them so you stop doing them and stop lowering or killing your sexual gravity in front of women. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do watch, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.